Salama means safe in Swahili and reflects the purpose of Salama Home Initiative, or SHI, to serve the street youth in Eldoret, Kenya. Many street youth engage in substance abuse to tolerate the struggles of life on the street. Although there are rehabilitation programs through temporary charitable foster organizations, there are limited resources and programs to support the youth who have completed rehabilitation to stay sober and to rebuild their new lives. This urgent need inspired Kiragi Benson, a former street youth himself, to begin SHI, a halfway house that aims to provide youth with a fruitful transition process from substance abuse rehabilitation programs into a joyful, strong, and healthy life. During their international rotation, 14 Purdue University College of Pharmacy students interacted with Salama youth through participation in workshops and youth sports. To our knowledge, there is no other halfway house program identical to SHI in Kenya, and we wanted to utilize a service learning grant to support their program and provide resources that will help build out this promising endeavor. This partnership has led to SHI's first cohort of 15 youth to engage in a mentorship program. These youth have participated in programming that focuses on financial stability, conflict management, self-awareness, work ethic, and mental health and wellness. This program encourages purpose, fosters hope, and strengthens skills and capacities towards a stable, secure, and successful life. Through this strong support, 7 of the first cohort are currently working in stable jobs and living independently. We seek to continue this partnership with SHI by supporting its public outreach and advocacy initiatives. In the future, SHI seeks to participate in research and events to build more momentum for program offerings that will encourage positive and productive community development and growth. Not only is this an amazing opportunity for us to learn valuable cross-cultural skills and deepen our understanding on the impact of the social determinants of health in these individuals, but it is a powerful opportunity for us to connect with an international community. This project demonstrates that global relationships allow us to unite together to support each other's health and well-being.
Hello, we are the Vital Management Project, part of the EPICS Biomedical Engineering team. My name is Maya Godbole, and the other team members on this team are Emily Linder, Joey Schlosser, and Trevor Sheehan, and we are all sophomores in biomedical engineering. Our project partner is Brian Overshiner, who is the IU Health Simon Cancer Center 3D Innovations Lab Program Manager.
Our project partner presented us with the following problem. Vital machines, which are used in nearly every visit to a doctor, use cables to record and measure different medical data. Often the cables end up in tangles and being overrun, as seen in this video. All of this damage hurts the cables, which are costly to replace. Therefore, our goal is to create a vital machine organizational system.
We define the purpose of our project in 3 different ways. First, we must create a system that protects the cables. Second, the system must be efficient. Third, it must create organization. When approaching this problem, the Vital Management team recognized that the Vital machine is something that is used often, but can always be improved upon with our organizational system, reminding us of a quote by Sir Henry Royce. Based on our purpose, we have defined 3 different major user need categories: hospital administrators, nurses, and patients, in which different aspects of this project must help or accommodate for.
There are several specifications that our device needs to meet. It needs to be durable, easily attachable to the Vital machine, securely contained within a box, have the capacity to hold enough wire, and be accessible for cleaning by nurses. Pictured here are all the pieces that allow our system to work. Piece number 6 is going to be the main rotating piece that allows the cord to be pulled out and retract back in. Behind it are going to be the bearings that allow the system to rotate along the axle piece in the box, number 2 and 1. Piece number 7 is going to fit on top of the main rotating piece, and that's going to keep the cord in place. And piece number 8, which is a spring, builds up tension as it rotates, allowing the cord to be automatically pulled back in.
In this video, we can see our working prototype in which a cable has been fed through and wound properly. When the cable is needed, it is pulled out, and when the cable is released, it automatically goes back in, which we do not see in this video. We are currently working on testing this prototype before integrating it with our project partner.
Every year, there are over 900 million physician office visits and 130 million visits to the emergency room in the United States. Our goals with this project is to increase efficiency in healthcare, allow more patients to be seen, and to lower the cost of replacing cables. The engineering students that have worked on this project have developed their skills in CAD, project management, and design principles. This project will hopefully allow nurses to save time, hospital administrations to save money, and patients to receive faster care. A delivery of this product is expected of May 2023. We would like to say a final thank you to Brian Overschreiter for being an awesome project partner, the Johnson School of Nursing, the Weldon School of Biomedical Engineering, and the EPICS program, as well as Carl Russell, Fergal Keenan, Ella McCoy, Kevin Oshman, and Awesome Abel Zahab and Aparna Karnik for their support.
MLK Day of Service honors the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by gathering Purdue students and community partners for on-campus service projects to impact positive change in Greater Lafayette. Throughout the day, volunteers learned about the values Dr. King embodied, a brief history of Black activism, and how they can demonstrate mutual aid in their community. Birthday boxes were created for the Food Finders Food Bank in Lafayette to be available alongside common groceries. Every person deserves to be able to celebrate their birthday, and this project helps ensure that will happen. Each box contains supplies for celebrating, including candles, a card, decorations, a box of cake mix, and a can of frosting. A picture book titled, "How Did That Get in My Lunchbox?" was also included in boxes for children to learn the basic components of the U.S. food system. One of Dr. King's famous quotes reads, "All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance." Food Finders works to make 3 meals a day realistic and available for the Greater Lafayette community, but they also recognize that people deserve to have celebratory food as well. Physical and emotional needs are essential to address when serving other people. 120 boxes were constructed and filled so that everyone could have the means to celebrate their birthday. This activity allowed for the volunteers and myself to reflect on how their experience of birthdays might be different compared to others, sparked discussion about the intersection between racial and food justice, and made everyone involved more aware of how traditions we might not think twice about might be inaccessible to others.
Spanish is the second most spoken language in the United States and fourth worldwide with approximately 512 million speakers and is growing exponentially. The Spanish-speaking population is historically underserved globally and locally. Many of the disparities manifest through misunderstanding due to a language barrier. Here at Purdue, this inequity was recognized, and through the Center of Health Equity and Innovation, the Spanish Language Check Program, or SLT, was established as a student project to prepare students with the education necessary to mitigate this gap in patient care. Our mission is to graduate students who have the confidence to speak Spanish while delivering effective care where a language barrier exists. This program goes beyond the requirements of a Spanish minor through various innovative strategies and partnerships. For example, our student cohort engaged with individuals from Universidad Antioquia in Colombia. This collaboration helps our students develop skills communicating in Spanish with native Spanish speakers. Further, we coordinate monthly meetings where we're able to invite these Colombian students, SLT members, and faculty to participate in professional Spanish learning activities. Our students participate in patient-doctor scenarios, learn about other healthcare systems, the importance of cultural considerations, and more. Cohort members are also required to complete a series of immersion activities that enable them to achieve greater competency of Spanish healthcare vocabulary, reading, and writing that goes beyond what is taught in a classroom. Canopy is one unique opportunity that our students have access to complete to form a baseline proficiency for medical Spanish. Some other immersion activities include participating in conversation tables and attending Latinx speaker events to the Latino Cultural Center. Locally, we have several community partners such as Latino Center for Wellness and Education and St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry who engage with large Spanish-speaking populations where our students are able to practice speaking Spanish in the community. At these health access events, we educate our community on medication safety, tobacco cessation, and provide free vaccinations to these underserved populations. These unique opportunities have been transformative for the community and each one of our SLT members. Through these collaborations with our community partners, we've met with Spanish-speaking patients from different countries. By means of conversation, we have found a connection. The community members are hesitant to speak English and make mistakes, similar to how we as students learning Spanish are fearful to speak Spanish. To break down this uncertainty, the SLT has provided the tools for us to take this first step and understand that it is okay to be unsure and uncomfortable.
We have discovered that it is through our differences that we begin to understand one another.
Tony Robbins once said, "To effectively communicate, we must realize that we are all different in the way we perceive the world and use this understanding as a guide to our communication with others. Providing equitable care is essential to reducing disparity, and that starts with forming connections and effectively communicating with others. Diminishing language barriers is a first step to establish trust and incorporate a patient's culture into their care. Through the SL2 program and our collaborations, we aim to guide more students to become advocates for Spanish speakers and invite them to see the world through new lenses, as myself and others have already experienced."
From navigating the complexities of building a bicultural identity to laying roots in a new community, the Asian American experience is a journey filled with unique challenges and triumphs. Join us as we explore the struggles and resilience of this community in the greater Lafayette area in their pursuit of belonging and success in America. Purdue University is home to over 10,000 students that identify as Asian or Asian American. This rate of diversity brings on the responsibility to represent that culture on and around campus for students who are looking for a place to belong and to feel celebrated in their culture. Having local businesses and cultural centers available can help create a sense of familiarity at the university.
Efforts made by Asians and Asian Americans throughout the years have not gone unnoticed. It is important to chronicle the accomplishments made over the years for this community at Purdue. As entailed by Dr. Pamela Sari, Director of the Asian American and the Asian Resource and Cultural Center, or abbreviated ARC, at Purdue, this class seeks to meet the need of archiving the history and contributions of Asian American communities locally and connecting business owners to networking opportunities at Purdue. The co-creation of business narratives here involves sharing what it means to be a part of the Asian American community in Indiana, understanding the diversity of our lived experiences, and connecting these identities into the business profiles.
As students performing this research, we have been given the opportunity to collaborate with these community partners. Conducting oral histories and interviews to contribute to the archives at Purdue will showcase members of the communities of Greater Lafayette. All this is done to document and commemorate the narratives of the Asian and Asian American communities here. The businesses we work with include Banh Mi, One Bakery and Cafe, Lati, Mayasari Tempe, Sunny Period, and Cold Stone Creamery, among others.
Through conducting this research and collaborating with these Asian American business owners, we've been able to build a stronger sense of community. Learning about the journey each person went through to establish their business gave us a deeper understanding and appreciation for their business and all it offers. The development of the relationship between these community partners and the ARC on campus has benefits that go both ways.
As Emma Jung, owner of 1E, mentions, the partnership has benefited me and will benefit me in multiple fields, including raising the popularity of my own business among students and faculties, providing insightful guidelines for future investments, as well as getting to know the potential market better as a business owner.
One major benefit of forging these connections has been conversations about future avenues for collaboration. Already ongoing ones include a service learning project with an Asian interest professional student organization and an endowment given from a community member to continue to fund cultural initiatives at the ARC. Our business profiles will be highlighted and shared as part of Asian Pacific Heritage Month, which is in May but is observed at Purdue during the month of April while school is in session. Our team will also publish this work through Purdue's Journal of Service Learning and International Engagement to motivate students like us in continuing to serve their communities.
Expanding the archival records at Purdue and vocalizing the Asian and Asian American community in the greater Lafayette area has proven to be mutually beneficial for the businesses, its members, and the cultural resources on campus. With the continual intertwining and integration of the Asian American community with Purdue's resources and further research, we can continue educating and understanding the greater Lafayette community and the diversity that it encompasses.
"I have the audacity to believe," said Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., "that people everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education, and culture, for their minds and dignity, equality, and freedom of their spirits." Hello everyone, my name is Madhuri Vampati. I'm a student director at Boilers in Action, and I will be voicing this short video on my organization's efforts to combat food injustice. Boilers in Action is a student-powered civic engagement team that is driven towards making a positive impact in our local and global communities. Every year, in partnership with the Roger C. Stewart Leadership and Professional Development Department, a day of service is hosted to honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. by gathering Purdue students and community partners for on-campus service projects to impact positive change in Greater Lafayette. During this year's MLK Day of Service, we partnered with Grow Local, a network of gardeners across the greater Lafayette area who are devoted to nourishing and nurturing our community through the growth of urban gardens. 28 students volunteered this year to create accessible garden beds to focus on helping community members with disabilities and remedying food injustice. 5 raised garden beds were constructed for Grow Local sites across Lafayette to provide access for those with mobility issues and allow for more fresh food to be available to people in need, especially in urban areas. While working in teams, students learned about food injustice and other complex social issues that exist within our community. This opportunity has let us honor the legacy of Dr. King's passion towards civil rights and has allowed us to come together to make a difference out there in our communities. To complete the project, students will once again work with community partner Grow Local with installing and filling these garden beds in April. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hi everyone, my name is Imani Ellis, and I am double majoring in Mechatronics and Robotics Engineering Technology with a certificate in Entrepreneurship and Innovation. And I am one of the Boilers in Action student directors, and I help facilitate and put on and help with the execution of campus-wide service day activities. We recently did one for MLK Day, and we call it the MLK Day of Service. MLK Day of Service is a day in which we celebrate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. through our annual day. This year's projects were centered on food injustice and mutual aid. We hosted a number of on-campus service projects that support the needs of local agencies, including Food Finders, LTHC Food Homeless Services, Grow Local Urban Gardens Network, ACE Campus Food Pantry. The ones of interest that I will be speaking to you about today will be pancake mix, laundry detergent mix, and menstrual kits, all of which were housed and went to stock ACE Food Pantry, which is available to students around campus, as well as, locals. So how did this pancake, first I'll talk about pancake mix. How did that go down? What is it? What is MLK, Day even? What was the purpose of pancake mix? The purpose of this pancake mix project was to fight food injustice. So what is food injustice? Food injustice is, everyone not having the same access to foods, right? Some people, there are some places called food deserts where there are no local grocery stores in town, and they have to drive miles, and they might not even have cars to drive miles, but there's no easy access, convenient access to food within their neighborhood. So people often go without the proper nutrition and food that they need. We're working to, especially for college students that, are low on funds, they shouldn't go without food just because they're trying to get an education. So having this making this pancake mix allows them to have something to eat that would nourish them. So pancake mix, again, is a cost-effective way to serve plenty of families and individuals struggling to obtain consistent food and have food available that won't perish quickly or run out super quickly. And we went about executing this, having taken a group of students, allowing them to have the ingredients, after they wash their hands and everything, mixing up the products according to the recipe, filling these containers, labeling the containers, stacking them inside of ACE Food Pantry, as well as cleaning up after themselves. And I want to, end this slide with this important quote from Martin Luther King Jr. himself. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Food injustice is something that matters. Not having access to care products is something that matters. Not having access to menstrual kit products is something that matters. So I'm happy that we took this day to serve and address those needs. So what about laundry mix? So why laundry mix? Laundry mix, those struggling to obtain reliable food may also struggle with getting access to reliable care products. Just because you're getting an education doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to also wash your clothes. So along with the food, we decided to create this project that will, take off some of the strain and help work to bridge the gap so that the students can attend school and also have clean clothes while doing so. And doing this, we also broke a different set of students up into groups where they were mixing according to the recipe for laundry mix. They were filling small containers that you see here on the left, labeling them, and then stacking them so that we can have them placed inside of Ace Food Pantry. And then again, cleaning up after themselves once this project was over. So, menstrual kits. Why menstrual kits? So menstrual cycles come without warning or consideration for life's current circumstances. They don't care if you just got paid. They don't care if you haven't got paid in 6 months. It's something that's going to happen. And it's almost a known fact that they literally come at the worst times. And they're not cheap products. They're to be essential yet, immediately discarded, something that's just thrown out. So along with food, along with products to take care of yourself, this should not come at the cost of your education. So we wanted to help bridge that gap again through making menstrual kits that we can give out in the community, have available, so that everyone has access to the proper menstrual essentials. Again, how did we go about this? We broke up a different group of students so that they can, separate what each bag would need. Here it looks like they're all just pads, but in different boxes there might have been bags, there might have been different setups. So we broke up the students, they divided up the products, they started filling up their bags with their set amounts. We started labeling the bags, stacking them in their boxes and carried out and put up to where they would be hosted before they're distributed, and cleaning up if there's any packages from where the collection came from. So that's how we went about doing the menstrual kits. Now let's get on to the impact in learning. Like what did we gain from this? One, it was a great bonding experience for lots of different students that share the love for giving back and serving the community, but may not run into each other on a daily basis. So new friends were made today. The focus of the pancake mix was, something that was learned was that a lot of people didn't even know what food deserts were. So this was increasing the awareness and the impact of food deserts. From the laundry mix focus specifically for me, I didn't realize that laundry mix was something that was so easy to make and something that if you buy in bulk, you can make these mixes for a multitude of people, as well as menstrual kits. I always knew that they were needed. Everyone knew that they were needed. So we were just happy to be a part of the solution. We didn't know, the statistics on how many people need them and actually don't have them. A lot of us probably hadn't considered how many homeless people have this reoccurring, cycle every month, but don't have the means to get access to products to take care of themselves, often leading to other illnesses and diseases and spreading of illnesses and diseases and just being dirty and just feeling down. So we were ultimately happy to be part of that solution. But overall impact in learning was awareness. We also learned was awareness, bridging the gap, and compassion. Awareness of these issues that are happening every day. We were able to take action and bridge the gap on some of these solutions, and growing compassion for one another, for our neighbors, that, regardless to our life circumstances and differences, we can bond and grow and share on this commonality. So thank you for listening to my presentation. Hope you guys have a great day.